So we're gonna do. Let's get to it. This is chiraq episode 9, and this is the story of young Peppy, the lyrical killer. Alright. So I'm gonna start by saying Young Peppy is one of the best rappers to come out of Chicago, in my opinion, in the drill scene. That's my opinion. He had a wide vocabulary, which is very important, and he also had really high energy, which kind of puts you in the mind of Vaughn. And I think if he had lived long as Vaughn, he would be big as Vaughn, or if not bigger. But unfortunately, they both were no longer with us. So it was a lot of wasted talent. Um, Another similarity that they both have, besides the energy and the rapping, is these guys were both really living the life that they rapped about. Pappy and Vaughn were both allegedly involved in multiple murders. Now let's get to Pappy's upbringing. Hold on a sec. Thank you for the share. Okay, so young Pappy was born to born in Shaquan Thomas on May 10th, 1995 in Chicago. He was raised alongside his brother Ryan Thomas and his other brother Taylor Thomas, who also raps under the name of Tay Sav. If you're not familiar, Tay Sav is a rapper. Check out his music. If you haven't listened to any of Young Pappy's music, I would strongly suggest that my favorite song by him is Killer and also Homicide. I suggest you listen to it, some of Tay Sav's music as well. Growing up, Pappy's big brother actually rapped Boo Double and influenced Pappy to rap as well. All of his family members say Pappy used to sit around and just read the dictionary and thesaurus so that he could expand his vocabulary. And he was also good at metaphors because of it. So he worked on his craft from a very, very young age. I think this is what made him such a great rapper. That's my opinion. So Pappy grew up as a GD, aka Gangster Disciple. Hold on. Child, my oldest daughter's dad is texting me. Hey, Courtney Boo. Okay, so he grew up as a gangster disciple. He was friends with a young man named Pooh Bear, whose real name was Anton Sanders. Now, Pooh Bear was a part of the Insane Cutthroat Gangsters gang, ICG. Pappy was raised in ICG gang territory with his mother and his 4 brothers and 3 sisters. The only ones I know of are Tay Sav and Ryan, though. Pappy's mother and father split, and his 2 brothers moved with his dad while the girls stayed with mom. Pappy would follow soon after and move with his dad. This relocation also played a huge part in his upbringing and his life in the game. His father lived in Roger Parks, and he attended Sullivan High School. Hey, Joanna. Hey, Nikki. We talking about our man, girl. Where he became affiliated with a lot of gangsters that were young, just like I've talked about in many of these other videos, how a lot of these young black men become gang affiliated and introduced to fighting, robbing, and preparing to become killers. Sullivan High School is no different. Young Pappy claimed both both areas he was raised in. So that later turned into he was with he was with PBG, which is Pooh Bear Gang, and it was TFG and TFG because he was north side of Chicago, although he was actually born on the south side of Chicago. He spent a lot of time in Roger Park, and he started living there in 2010. So we better understand his gang affiliations after I break down PBG actually, which is Pooh Bear Gang. It's actually played a really big part in Pooh Bear is like a fallen member, and it's a big GD set on the north side of Chicago in Roger Park with a big territory. Greenleaf is the top border of this set. We all know when a set is named after a person in Chicago, it is safe to assume that that person was killed. PBG, aka Pooh Bear Gang, is no different. Pooh Bear was named Anton Sanders. He was a part of the Insane Cutthroat Gangsters, aka ICG. On January 20th, 2012, Pooh Bear was murdered. The person responsible for his death was never apprehended, but a member of Low City Gangsters disciples by the name of Dante Simmons was found dead by a self-inflicted gunshot wound with the same gun that was used to kill Pooh Bear. So another rumor is that another Low City member, Glenford Johnson, aka Munchie, did that. And Munchie and Pappy actually used to be really good friends. Oh my goodness. Hold on, you guys. Child, I'll be sick of these excuses. Anyway, hold on. All right, so back to what I was saying. I apologize. Hey, Peyton. Okay, so Pappy and Munchie were friends. Now, as we know, this is how PPG was created in memory of Pooh Bear. His death caused and just for Joanna, I'm drinking out of my Check and Fake Hoes tumbler. If you guys want Check and Fake Hoes merch, we got roller trays, tumblers. Holla at me, holla at Joanna. Go get you right. She's very well priced too. So, um, they came together to form Pooh Bear Gang. Also, because Pooh Bear was from the ICG set, many of them became Pooh Bear Gang. While the ones that didn't have a personal relationship or affiliation with Pooh Bear remained ICG, Insane Cutthroat Gangsters. Young Pappy was close with Pooh Bear. Pappy was a part of Pooh Bear Gang and started as a branch off set from ICG. Actually became their own set. Pooh Bear was allegedly a shooter and caught two bodies as a teenager. And in gang culture, this actually makes you more respected by your peers. Sad but true. So Pooh Bear Gang's allies are mainly TFG, also OTE, sorry, and SK. Um, so as you can see in Chicago, sets a lot of sets are ops. It's a never ending. It's a constant gang war, basically. For example, PBG and TFC were affiliated with Hula Gang at one point, and they went on a drill, and the Hula Gang members got scared and ran away in the middle of the drill and left a PBG member, Troy, to get killed. So now they're essentially enemies with their set. So it just took one drill completely ops. PBG main ops are Lil Fo Mob, Loke City. Loke City had been war at PBG since 2008, and it's still going on today in 2022. So on July 14, 2013, young Pappy allegedly caught his first body. The victim was Blake Lamb, and everybody knows, we say take it easy, but like teasy, and he said, we say hollow tips make you end up like Blake face or something like that. So he did tease Blake in a lot of his freestyles and stuff like that, and it is said to be known that what the fuck. Child. Anyway, what was I saying? Now, like I said, on July 14, 2013, young Pappy allegedly caught his first body. The victim was Blake Lamb from 600 block. Oh, excuse me, from 600 block of Bosworth Avenue. Blake was respected and well-known member of Loke City, which I just said is one of their ops. Blake allegedly was walking on the 1600 block of Jonah Terrace in Roger Park when a car pulled up and began shooting at Blake from inside the car. Once Blake collapsed, two others hopped out and shot Blake 8 times in the face and head. Allegedly, Pappy shot Blake from inside the car, and Spaz and Lil Sean are the two members who got out and shot him in the face multiple times to add insult to injury. He was pronounced dead on the scene, and in true Chicago form, Blake began to be mocked on social media after his death. And, sorry to hear that for his loved one and his friends. And I pray and rest in peace to him, and condolences to Blake's family for his unfortunate death. Hi, Leslie, my beautiful member. So, like I said, even in the freestyle, he mocked Pappy, mocked Blake and all that stuff. Him and Hollow Tip said, you looking like Blake face, so take it easy for you end up like Teasy. Everybody knows about the little famous thing. I think he did it on Zach TV. All right. And then even like all white like I'm Mr. I got Teasy in my swisher, It's very, very common. If you watch my video, it happens in every freaking episode. It's very common. Some people will say they are Blake block in his memory. Also, in the video, Pappy and PBG members returned to the scene of the crime and recorded Blake on the ground, covered in a sheet, bleeding, saying, "No, get up, Blake." Just extremely disrespectful. They actually returned to the scene of the crime while the police were there, while Blake's body was covered up. This led to the police questioning them, but it didn't really result in any arrest. Before this point, PBG wasn't really making a lot of noise and was actually losing members. So killing Blake was actually kind of like a big win for them. And Blake was really well respected in Loke City. So this was a big score for PBG. And a lot of people believe that put PBG on the map, basically. They were starting to get recognition. Lil Duke is another rapper who is a op of Pappy's. Pappy was really close with a guy named Two Cups. And Duke allegedly killed Two Cups. Pappy has great mixtapes named after Two Cups. I suggest you listen to them. So his death really hurt Pappy. Pappy used to shoot up Day Day World. This is where that person is from. Shoot up Day Day World. This is what was rumored to be the reason why Two Cups was killed by Duke, who was from Day Day World. So rest in peace to Mensa, aka Two Cups. But I do advise you to give those mixtapes, Two Cups, a listen. My personal favorite is Two Cups Part 2. There are 3 of them. Part 3 was released after Pappy's death. TFG fully adopted the name Mensa Mafia in Two Cups memory. TFG wanted Lil Duke dead. 2 months later, there will be one of the first of quite a few attempts to kill Pappy. Pappy was with three friends when they were walking to a McDonald's in Roger Park on February 5th, 2014, at around 3:30, when two masked gunmen approached the teenagers and began to shoot them. Three of the young men, including Pappy, were injured but survived. Unfortunately, 17-year-old Marquio Carr wasn't as lucky and passed away due to the gunshot wound in the back of his head. The alleged shooter was King Ty and Munchie from Loke City. Y'all gonna keep hearing this Munchie name. Pappy and Munchie were definitely bitter enemies. Ciao. Anyway. So, everybody believed that the target was definitely young Pappy, given his bad blood with Munchie. Pappy was shot in the arm. 15-year-old girl was shot multiple places, and an 18-year-old young man was shot in the back. So, let's see. Marquio was not a gang member. This is the young man that lost his life. Marquio was not a gang member allegedly, and was not the target. It was simply around the wrong people at the wrong time. My heart goes out to Marquio's family. They were especially upset at how the media and the police made it seem like his particular death was gang related. And like I say, they deny him ever being in any type of gang. They say he was in sports, he loved swimming, and was planning to join the Marines. He was just trying to buy himself some McDonald's before his mother cooked to curb his appetite until dinner. Pappy was rumored to be involved in the murder of Teasy from Lil Fo Mob, but Pappy actually was in jail on a reckless conduct charge at that time, so it was actually impossible. But as I said, he often mocked him. Allegedly, hooligan members were the ones that were responsible for the death of Teasy. Many people speculated that Pappy was behind it. PBG was putting in work on Loke City for sure when Pappy was locked up. Allegedly, Lil Sean was dropping ops at that time. Lil Sean is now serving 55 years for killing a man in front of his family. This was Pappy's friend as well, and a part of PBG. Right after Pappy was released from jail on June 12th, Pappy was walking down the street with a 24-year-old photographer. They were by the name of Will Lewis. They were taking some pictures for the cover of one of Pappy's projects, one of his mixtapes, and doing some cover art. And an old school gangster from TBG named Eric Bond, aka Mook C, spotted young Pappy. And then he got his gun, handed it to at Pappy. Pappy ran. Will was struck with multiple bullets. Will is the photographer, where he passed away right there on the scene. Two passengers from the car then got out and attempted to chase Pappy on foot. Chase Pappy down on foot, according to two witnesses at the crime scene, and follow him down Glenwood Avenue, but did not catch him, and they couldn't find him. Mook C, dumbass, tried to pick the shooters up, and the passenger that ran after the shooter and the passenger that ran after Pappy and had to park his car. He tried to flee on foot and got his dumbass caught. Okay, so 15-year-old Denzel Burke and 17-year-old Michael Phillip were charged with the murder of poor innocent Will Lewis, who was just trying to earn an honest living by taking pictures of Pappy. 15-year-old Denzel then snitched on Mook C. Dumbass, and him and Michael, who was actually the shooter, will spend many more years in jail. While Denzel, who was only 15 years old and was the passenger, is now far away from gangs, living in Peru with a career in Forex trading. So he is no longer incarcerated. He never returned to the gang life and is doing great. As a matter of fact, he never even returned to Chicago. Rest in peace to Will Lewis. Now, at this point, 3 bystanders have been injured and 2 innocent people have been killed, with Pappy actually being the target. Now, the police are gunning for Pappy at this point. Will was the last straw. They wanted Pappy off of these streets. I'm telling y'all, they wanted this nigga gone. So, they had nothing, but they didn't have anything to get him. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have anything to charge Pappy with. He was actually the one being shot at. So this was very frustrating for them, as y'all know. At this point, Pappy was out for blood. Munchie was heavily rumored to be the killer of Pooh Bear, like I said. Also, Munchie had killed Keo in an attempt to kill Poppy, Markio, at the McDonald's. Pappy was tired of attempts on his life, and he was also frustrated with others being killed where he was the actual target. Pappy had his eyes set on Munchie with his little sharp fingernails. You can see, I hate it when niggas bite their fingernails all the way down like that. And that's how Munchie nails look. Anyway, and he had his eyes set on Munchie for Keo, for James, and for Pooh Bear, and even for Will. And 2 months after Will was killed during the attempt on Pappy's life, he would finally get his wish, his revenge on Munchie. On September 11, 2014, Pappy would catch his second body and would get ultimate revenge on Munchie. According to witnesses, Munchie, whose real name is Glenford Johnson, was standing in a courtyard of a building in, I can't even read my own damn, in Junway Terrace, 1662 to be exact. When a car pulled up, when shots began to ring out of the vehicle, people were screaming and running. At this point, Munchie was shot in the chest. While trying to escape the commotion, he ran into a hallway where he dropped to the ground and passed out. He was pronounced dead shortly after paramedics arrived on the scene. There were allegedly 5 or 4 people on this hit, Pappy being one. Bang the Hitter allegedly was another one. 2 days later, Bang the Hitter's car was set on fire or blew up, and you already know they really mocked Munchie. 2 months later, TBG and Lil Fo Mob jumped Pappy. Pappy got into an altercation at the same McDonald's Keo was killed at, where he shot the person he was fighting with. Pappy got into a fight and shot one of the people he was fighting with. So he went to jail. Pappy had a birthday / get out of jail and / album release party as soon as he got out of jail. So people and when he had this party, 100 Two Cups Part 2 came out. Wait a minute. 2 Cups 2 came out, and finally on Friday, May 29, 2019, Pappy was walking with his partner from PBG, one of his partners from PBG in the 4800 block of North Kenora Avenue, when 2 gunmen walked up from behind Pappy and started shooting. Pappy never even really saw it coming, and he was shot 2 times in the back. The bullets paralyzed him, and sadly, early that next morning at 3:01 a.m., young Pappy was pronounced dead. So with Pappy's lyrics and high energy level, along with the life story to back it up, is what made Pappy such a good rapper. He never was able to reach his full potential. There are many theories about who killed Pappy. Lil Fo Mob is allegedly behind it. Also, there was a theory that um wait a minute, that someone set him up. And the biggest and most popular theory is that the police actually aided by giving Pepe's location, and they wanted him gone. Basically, they couldn't arrest him, so they wanted him dead, or if they could, put him in a jail cell. And of course, Pepe was mocked a lot after his death. Pepe's mother also felt they were out to get him by any means possible. Within 48 hours of Pepe's death, many people that mocked Pepe were even injured or killed. That's crazy. The aftermath was hectic after Pappy passed. He was very loved and respected in the set. Rest in peace to Pappy, and rest in peace to all those other fallen members that I mentioned in this story. So that was the story of my baby daddy, me and Nikki boyfriend, young Pappy. He was a very, very handsome man. He was very talented, and he is gone too soon. So I posted this video on my community wall. If you guys have any suggestions for what the next episode shall be, please drop it in there. And thank you so much for coming by. I love y'all. Goodbye. A lot of people feel like that, honey. A lot. A lot of the gangs didn't even claim it. A lot of people feel like the CPD set it up, which is fucking sad. But all right, love y'all.